I know it's not a very good view yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm heading home from making a little run to the grocery store this morning. And what I will do is I'll give you a little bit of time to get on, and then I'm going to park right before I get home so I can really sit down and talk to you guys. So I did just make a run. I just went to Walmart this morning. Today we're going to set out flags at the local cemetery near our house for memorial that I needed to get a few things because we're canning peanuts right now. So last night I went and it was actually really good driving time because about an hour and a half drive, it's long country roads, and talk about a good opportunity for my daughter to practice driving. So I made my daughter practice driving, and we drove down almost down to the southern middle state, or this a city in the middle. It's like right by the bottom of the lake Okeechobee, and we drove down there last night and picked up 2 bushels of green. I am blanching them and getting them in their getting them ready, and I'm going to can them for later because we loved canned boiled peanuts. But the thing is it takes a pound of salt per gallon of water to do these peanuts. So I had to go to the store to get more. And then I bought like I probably bought 2 half bushels, so 1 bushel of cucumbers, bread and butter pickles. So that's some of the goals. So this weekend I have zucchini and squash canned still. I did about 5 quarts of those last night where I'd cut the zucchini and the squash. But the zucchini is fresher than the squash. So the squash needs more boiling. But yeah, as soon as I get to the park, I will park, and I'm going to tell you what I finally found out and where I go from here, because I'm not sure. I am sure, but I'm not sure. But it's actually harder than I thought it would be. So I don't know. So yeah, we've been canning a lot. I'm really canning in preparation of just convenient food cooking. Absolute convenient food cooking where I can simply heat and serve. One of the things I plan to do, I have some squash that didn't can or didn't seal, and so what I've decided to do with that is I'm going to make a squash casserole today. One of the things I've been doing, so I've been dealing with the acid, and I'll tell you that, so the doctor, I was like, that was horrible. She put me on the GERD diet, and I'm still figuring out the GERD diet. Like, there's nothing fried, there's no tomatoes, there's no coffee, caffeine, carbonation, none of that. And I'm still trying to figure out like how to manage it. And one of the things is you're not supposed to eat like 3 or 4 hours before you go to bed. You have to have like a window so you're not messing it up. And one of the things I found that is working is actually just eating around 1 meal a day. I say around 1 meal a day. I mean, it would almost be like intermittent fasting. And then that helps. That helps a lot. Okay, here I am. I'm parked now. I can park and focus on you. Get in the shade before I get home. All right, so I've been doing the GERD diet and the GERD and dealing with it. Like today, I took medicine and my throat is just burning. But now that I'm understanding, like sometimes I've had it where I've even gotten on here and I've talked swelled, and only to realizing, oh, that was the acid reflux. Like the acid reflux is bad, really bad. So I went in there and they were just like, well, how'd the medicine work? And I'm like, what medicine? They're like, the medicine that we sent you. I'm like, I didn't get the memo. I didn't take the medicine. So I now have medicine to try and calm. So she said the GERD diet alone isn't going to fix my esophagus. Um, I'm coughing because of the acid reflux. I've been fighting all day. Dr. Burt has something about hiatal hernias or something like that. So I wanted to listen to see what he had. Okay, so I did the thyroid, right? So here it is. We're here about the thyroid. So I went in. When I went in the first time, they did the blood work. She like, you obviously have some issues going there. You have some nodules, and you have some nodules. We're gonna get it ultrasound. So she ultrasounded it in. So I'm preparing for the worst. I'm just like, I have no energy. My hair's falling out. I'm gonna tell you my symptoms. I'm gaining weight like nobody's business. My joints hurt. I obviously have digestion issues. I'm putting on weight. I'm lethargic all the time. I can't think. When you look at thyroid, it hits there. So when I have these nodes, they scanned it. So I went in and she's like, okay, your blood work is beautiful. I'm like, thank you so much. She's like, you have beautiful blood work. She's like, when we scan, your thyroid is bloated with nodes. And I guess they looked at all of them, and none of them are of a concern. She said none of them are cancer. None of them are really any concern right now. And here was the kicker. She's like, so my thyroid has not stopped working. And I said, like, well, then what is it? But she's like, it will stop working. It will absolutely stop working. You will have that problem. You don't have that problem right now. So I'm just kind of like, what is wrong with me? Something's wrong. She's like, you are very, very healthy, but everything that's wrong with you is stress. And it's a constant issue. So essentially, to the doctor all the time to figure out, I have adrenal fatigue, which I always pretty much am fighting anyways. And we were talking about, what are the stressors in your life? And what, because I'm a pretty bubbly person. I'm not walking around moping like stressed out. And I told her, I'm like, well, I don't, feel like I'm constantly stressed out, but I think I'm so used to running in stress being created by loved ones that she's like, your body, you might think that you are handling it. She's like, you're not handling it. Your body is like falling apart because of the stress. And I'm like, oh. And I broke down and just started crying because, and I hate to say this, if it was my thyroid, you could fix it. You can take a pill and fix it. But it's stress, and it's certain people in my life. And I'm like, they're not going to change. What do you do? They're not going to change. And so I'm just like, I'm trying to work on that, and I was thinking like, what's the best diet for adrenal fatigue? I know there's a lot of things out there, but then I have to make sure I can eat it with the GERD diet because, I got the GERD diet. So one of the things I've been experimenting with this last week since then, well, before I went in to see her, is almost an intermittent fasting OMAD diet. Not because I want to be in the intermittent fasting bandwagon at all, but when I wake up in the morning, it is so hard. Thank you, Lady Flora. It's so hard to figure out what to eat. I don't know what to eat. I don't want to think about what to eat. Or I would make something and it would set me off. And it's almost easier not to eat than to be set off. And so it's kind of evolved. I was just going to eat lunch and dinner. And what has happened is it's only lunch. I just eat lunch. Because if I eat dinner, when I go to bed, I'm so sick. And it's like every time I eat, I'm so sick. it's just like my stomach feels like it's on fire. My throat feels like it's on fire. I have indigestion. It's like not even worth it. So, I drink a lot of tea, herbal tea. So I drink a lot of chicory and dandelion tea that's roasted, so it feels like coffee. So I have about 2 of those a day. And it's nice, and it's actually kind of really easy because I just put my little tea packet and I pour my hot water. I hated the idea of fasting, but that's where I ended up, right? Lori, can I just tell you, I don't know how you do it because I can't read, but I love the fact that you have a walking desk. I think about it, and every time I think about it, I'd be like, I'd be walking like this because that's how I walk. And I wouldn't be able to read, but I was seeing that the other day. I thought that was cool. Yeah, it's just, so what ends up happening is I really don't eat until after 12. And it's really what I'm finding is like the perfect hour. And I'm not really being like strategic or counting or whatever. It's just like one meal a day, just one. But I will eat little things. I'm walking as I'm talking. So, like I'll have like a nibble of a banana. I had a banana yesterday because I'm reading about adrenal fatigue, and it says you should get up, because the thing about adrenal fatigue, it says you shouldn't intermittent fast because you shouldn't stress your body out, and the doctor said, like, your metabolism is slow. I can give you medicine. And I don't want to take it because I don't want it to mess with the jive, So, I mean, I do take these. These are like my favorite. I didn't even know they made a pink grapefruit, which is funny because I can't have citrus, but the pink grapefruit one, you see it, Zip Fizz, works out really good. But it has like 2,500 micro, I don't know, mcg of, it's like 105,000% of your daily dose of B12, 50% of your B6. It's not a B complex mix, but I mean, it does get you there. And it doesn't have caffeine. Well, it does. It has green. I don't know what that's equivalent to a cup of coffee, but this does work for me. And it doesn't upset my thing. So I will kind of nibble. I won't lie. I nibble a little bit, but I'm so tired of this feeling. And then my father-in-law has this also, but it's gotten to the point he's had 2 surgeries from it because it doesn't close. 2 surgeries, and he's had stuff come back up into his lungs, and so he's really been on me. He's like, you gotta be so careful in that. So the crazy part is I've dropped a little weight because of it. I don't want to say much because you fluctuate so much, but I've dropped a little weight because of it, because there's just nothing that's worth eating that makes me miserable. But I'm really evaluating my adrenal fatigue because if you have been watching me for the last 5 years, 6 years, 5 years, you will have seen so many times where I crash, where I start fighting the adrenal fatigue and I can't get up. Try Dr. Christopher Adrenal and also lower bowel. Found his herbals. Awesome. Wait, what is, yep. Trying to figure out, I need to do something different. And it's a little overwhelming because it's overwhelming. But it's like realizing I can't keep doing things the way I do it. What can I change? What, in the stressors of my life, what can I change? The dynamics that I can change or attempt or try something different that would make a difference. I'm in the process of working with my doctor to reduce my fasting has improved how my thyroid works. Oh, that's good to know. So I'm not exercising. I'm just being kind to myself. I say that, but I'm always going because I'm always going. But it's fun about all that produce and I really almost had an anxiety attack about being exhausted and the idea of driving so far to go get it. And by the time I was coming home, I was so relaxed. And I've kind of started thinking, and I have a couple of friends and they're like, you do not take any time for yourself except going to the grocery store. And last night when when me and my daughter drove, it was so relaxing. I forgot, like, going for a drive, just having somewhere to go and driving somewhere is so relaxing. So that's what happened. That's where I'm at. Again, I'm still taking, I haven't taken one today. I should have taken one already. I'm still taking these for the GERD. And then I just got a prescription to go with that. Oh, wait, did I get another? I was impressed. I was very impressed with how you tackled all that. Yeah, I'm still working on it. We got all the green beans done. I have tomatoes. I did buy stuff to make salsa. And I need to get on the cucumbers before they mold my zucchini. I'm going to can up those and my peanuts. I'm going to get through the first bushel of peanuts, but I have the other bushel. I need it going home. I have the other bushel. Let's say I don't. Oh, I'm under the oak trees. I'm right by my house. The bushel is in the refrigerator in one of my backup refrigerators. So I'm going to wait until Monday to do those. But this weekend I'm going to work on pickles and zucchini and the one bushel of peanuts. But I don't want to do too much because I am teaching my friend how to do it, and she's gone this weekend. So I'm figuring that out. We've got people coming over today. Oh, you're welcome. We have people coming over today. I'm gonna make them can. It's my husband's family. I'm just gonna make them help me can and get this finished. One big reason that fasting has helped me is by letting my insulin not have to be always. Well, I don't know, and I'm not even trying to claim. I've gone through fatigue so many times. I won't even claim to be an expert or know what I'm doing. What is that? I don't know. That's weird. Oh, it's that part. I'm like, what is that reflection? I'm trying to figure it out, and I'm trying to figure out how to de-stress my life and contemplating what changes need to happen. So I don't, I'm not gonna lie. When my husband decided my kids would go back to homeschooling, the weight on my shoulders just went. I was like, oh. Not that I don't love homeschooling my kids, but it's a lot of responsibility that I'm exhausted from, and I have to be everything and everyone. And I have ones that really want to go to school, and I'm just like, why not? And I already bought all my curriculum for next year, but I'm figuring it out. All right, I have to let you all go. I'm glad you stopped in with me this morning. I will talk to you later. Bye. They're coming.